Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Gaura Dhawanlal with the news at 9. The headlines. Government announces merger of 10 public sector banks into 4 to ensure strong national presence and global reach. Centre to set up 12,500 Ayush centres across the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserts New India is an era of participative democracy and responsive government. Final list of Assam NRC to be released tomorrow. Chief Minister assures those left out will get opportunities to appeal in Foreigners Tribunal. Chandrayaan-2 draws closer to the moon as it performs fourth orbit manoeuvre successfully. And West Indies win toss and put India to bat in Kingston Test. The government today announced major reforms in the banking sector. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman told the media in New Delhi that 10 public sector banks will be merged into 4 big banks for national presence and global reach. After this, the total number of public sector banks will come down to 12 from 27. Punjab National Bank, Oriental Bank and United Bank of India will be merged and have business of 18 lakh crore rupees. Bank of Baroda continues to be third largest, while State Bank of India remains the biggest bank. Canara and Syndicate banks will be merged with 15.2 lakh crore rupees of business. Union, Andhra and Corporation banks will also be merged with 14.6 lakh crores of business. Indian Bank and Allahabad Bank will form one bank with 8.08 lakh crore rupees of business. Briefing the media in New Delhi, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that the government wants a strong financial system to make the country a $5 trillion economy.
In 2017, when there were 27 public sector banks, after today's announcement, this comes down to 12 only. So 12 solidly present, well consolidated, energized, adequately capital endowed banks will now operate to target our 5 trillion economy and give the necessary support for the banking facilities which is so required by our customers today.
The Finance Minister said the government is trying to build next generation banks and 8 PSBs have launched repo-linked loans in the last 1 week. Speaking on non-performing assets, she said the gross bad loans of public sector banks have come down to 7.9 lakh crore rupees from 8.65 lakh crore rupees in December last year.
Gross NPAs have come down. So in December 2018, if you had 8.65 lakh crores, now the asset quality has improved, NPAs have come down, and the level at which they are today is only 7.90 lakh crores.
Listing out the decisions, she said 3,38,000 shell companies have been struck off. She also said that loans above 250 crore rupees are being monitored closely. India's gross domestic product GDP growth recorded at 5% in the April-June quarter of 2019-2020. It was 5.8% in the last quarter that ended in March. According to official data, the gross value added GVA growth in the manufacturing sector tumbled to 0.6% in the first quarter of this fiscal, and mining sector growth climbed to 2.7%. Speaking on the data, Chief Economic Advisor K. Subramanian today said in New Delhi that the quarterly GDP estimates show that India's GDP growth has shown some slowdown. The Central Board of Direct Taxes, CBDT, has constituted a 5-member special cell to address grievances of startups with relation to angel tax and other tax-related issues. According to the Finance Ministry, the cell will work towards redressal of grievances and mitigate tax-related issues in case of start-up entities with respect to administration of Income Tax Act 1961. Start-up entities can approach the cell for speedy resolution of their grievances. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that the government has set a target of setting up 12,500 Ayush centres across India. He said the government is trying to set up 4,000 such centres this year itself. Giving away yoga awards to winners for outstanding contribution for promotion and development of yoga in New Delhi, Mr. Modi said 1.5 lakh health and wellness centers are being opened across the country.
हमारी कोशिश है कैसे 4,000 आयुष सेंटर 12,000-12,500 में से 4,000 इसी वर्ष हम कर देना चाहते हैं। 1/3 काम इसी वर्ष करने का इरादा है और 12,000 का मतलब होता है कि करीब-करीब हर ब्लॉक में एक बन जाएगा।
The Prime Minister said Ayush and yoga are strong pillars for the Fit India movement. He attributed his health to yoga, pranayama and Ayurveda. During the ceremony, Mr. Modi released 12 commemorative postal stamps to honor eminent scholars, practitioners and great master healers of Ayush systems. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that New India is about participative democracy, a citizen-centric government and proactive citizenry. New India is the era of responsive people and responsive government, he said. Addressing the Manorama News Conclave 2019 in Kochi through video conferencing, the Prime Minister said that the India is changing fast and this change is happening for the good.
At the core of the New India spirit are individual aspirations, collective endeavors and a spirit of ownership for national progress. New India is about participative democracy, a citizen-centric government and proactive citizenry. New India is the era of responsive people and responsive government.
Union Minister Prakash Javadekar delivered the keynote address in the conclave and said freedom of the press is very essential for the success of democracy and it should be a responsible press. India has asked Pakistan for immediate remedial action in connection with the recent abduction and forced conversion of a minor girl from the Sikh community there. In response to a media query, External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Ravish Kumar said that they have received several representations from various quarters, including one from Sikh religious bodies, about that incident in Pakistan. He said India has shared these concerns with the government of Pakistan. In Jammu and Kashmir, the situation has become almost normal. In the Kashmir Valley, landline telephone services have resumed in many parts, while mobile telephone services have been restored in 5 sensitive districts of Jammu Division from yesterday and in some areas of the Kashmir Valley. Meanwhile, Army Chief General Bipin Rawat reached Srinagar today to review the overall security situation in the Kashmir Valley. Defence sources said he is also reviewing the operational preparedness of the armed forces along the line of control in the valley, besides overall issues pertaining to counter-militant and counter-infiltration operations. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter @AIR News Alerts. The stage has been set to publish the final National Register of Citizens in Assam. The state government has made all arrangements so that the entire process goes smoothly. The final list will be published tomorrow. Talking exclusively to AIR on the eve of the publication of the NRC, the Chief Minister said whosoever will be excluded will get ample opportunity to appeal in the Foreign Tribunal's court.
The obtainment process of NRC is going to be completed. And tomorrow, that is 31st of August 2019, as per the direction of the Supreme Court, the State NRC Coordinator will publish the full updated copy of NRC in Assam. This is for the first time happening in the country. And in this regard, in the entire proceeding, whatever support and whatever cooperation extended by the people of Assam.
Talking to AIR, DGP Assam Kuladhar Saikia said that arrangements have been made so that the NRC process goes off peacefully.
We have put a regular deployment plan in different districts, and Superintendent of Police, they have been asked to review the law and order plan every day and to intimate us. We are making also a social outreach program. Apart from that, we have put our citizen committees and village defense party, then Nagrik committees and all other our subsidiary voluntary forces, they are also put into use.
Deputy Commissioner of Bongaigaon District Adil Khan told AIR News that the list will be displayed in hard copies at the NRC Seva Kendra as well as the circle offices and Deputy Commissioner's office.
those people who have finally been included after conducting of hearing will find their names in the additional inclusion list. The list will be displayed in hard copies at the NRC Seva Kendra across the district and the circle offices as well as the Deputy Commissioner office. The people can also watch their names in the list sitting at their homes online by visiting the NRC website.
India's second lunar craft, Chandrayaan-2, has moved closer to the moon as its fourth and penultimate maneuver was carried out successfully this evening. It helped Chandrayaan-2 reach an orbit which is 124 kilometers at the closest point and 164 kilometers at the farthest. More from our correspondent.
As compared to the position of Chandrayaan-2 on the day of its lunar orbit insertion on the 20th of this month, its farthest distance from the moon has been reduced from a little above 18,000 kilometers to just about 160 kilometers. With the final maneuver to be held on coming Sunday, Chandrayaan-2 is expected to reach the moon's polar synchronous orbit at an average height of just 100 kilometers. The lunar mission will also serve as a technology demonstrator to scale even more heights in the near future. Jai Singh, AR News, Chennai.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has accepted the request of his Principal Secretary Nipendra Mishra to be relieved of his post. In a tweet, the Prime Minister said that he will be relieved of his post from the second week of the next month. Former Cabinet Secretary Pradeep Kumar Sinha, a 1977 batch Uttar Pradesh cadre IAS officer, has been appointed the Officer on Special Duty OSD in the Prime Minister's office. Senior IAS officer Rajiv Gauba today took over as the new Cabinet Secretary after the superannuation of P.K. Sinha. Mr. Gauba, a 1982 batch officer belonging to the Jharkhand cadre of the Indian Administration Service, has held important assignments including Union Home Secretary, Secretary of Ministry of Urban Development and Chief Secretary of Jharkhand. He has also represented India at the International Monetary Fund. A Delhi court has extended till Monday the Central Bureau of Investigation custody of former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram in the INX media scam case. The order was passed by Special Judge Ajay Kumar Kohar, before whom Chidambaram was produced on the expiry of the 4-day custodial interrogation granted to him on the 26th of this month. The CBI had sought extension of Chidambaram's custodial interrogation by 5 days in the case. Mr. Chidambaram was arrested on the 21st of this month after the Delhi High Court dismissed his anticipatory bail plea on August 20th. A Delhi court today extended by 4 days the custodial interrogation of Ratul Puri, the nephew of Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Kamal Nath, by the Enforcement Directorate in the money laundering case related to a 354 crore rupee bank loan fraud. Special Judge Sanjay Garg passed the order on the agency's plea. The Enforcement Directorate had arrested Puri on the 20th of this month under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. The West Bengal government has refunded 300 crore rupees to the Sarada Chit Fund scam victims. Giving this information in the State Assembly today, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said that a government planned to return the money to the scam victims by attaching Sarada's property, but the process was stalled after CBI took over the probe. The Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange climbed 264 points to close at 37,333. In cricket, West Indies won the toss and elected to bowl against India in the second and final World Test Championship match being played at Sabina Park, Kingston, Jamaica. India were 43 for 1 when reports last came in. And now, before we close, the headlines once again. Government announces merger of 10 public sector banks into 4 to ensure strong national presence and global reach. Centre to set up 12,500 Ayush centres across the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserts New India is an era of participative democracy and responsive government. Final list of Assam NRC to be released tomorrow. Chief Minister assures those left out will get opportunities to appeal in Foreigners' Tribunal. Chandrayaan-2 draws closer to Moon as it performs fourth orbit maneuver successfully. And West Indies win toss and put India to bat in Kingston Test. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.